Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Weekly Awakening Podcast. This is your host, Cosmic Colleen, ready for another weekly astro update. I want to thank everyone again for constantly getting my name out there. We are growing together. I can't do this without you, and we are definitely growing together. You guys are sharing it on your social media, sharing it with your friends, reviewing, all of that stuff really helps put this out there, and you're really paying it forward and putting good karma out there and helping my podcast get ahead. So thank you. I really, really appreciate all of you who continue to do that, and I love you all. I hope everyone is being productively slow today. If you follow me on social media, Cosmic Colleen, once you cross the board, I definitely recommend it for TikTok because I post daily videos of the astrology transits as they come to me. More information separate from what I do on here. And I like to talk today and tomorrow is being productively slow, slowing down, finding rest in the slowness. Let's talk about the rest of the week before I get into today's vibes a little bit more. We got Wednesday, we have the Sun squared Sun squared Pluto. Thursday, we got Venus squared Pluto. Saturday, we got Venus conjunct Sun, Mercury trine Saturn retrograde, and then Saturn stations direct when Venus and the Sun move into Scorpio. This week is definitely the Venus and the Sun Scorpio, so we are highlighting this week. We're moving around, we're transforming, we're shifting those Venusian things and merging them with the sun. And the Venusian things are creativity, our happiness, our joy, our pleasures, our relationships, our love. You know, they represent children in some ways, sisters, aunts, family, those type of things. We look to Venus. And again, the sun and Venus are sort of making this important again in our life, making things important. Now, the sun's trine Mars. Again, I called it productively slow. My whole morning fell apart, but I just flowed with it, and it's been very relaxing, just what the universe, what the stars had in order. So you might feel like you just want to rest. You realize that the only thing I want to do is sit here and not move all day. There's productivity in rest. A restful soul gets a lot of shit done. I can tell you that. And it creates and evens out a nice vibe to have creativity coming from your soul. So remember, that's important, and it will always flow. You'll have that energy again. So it doesn't mean that you didn't have a successful day if you were lazy today or slow. It means that you were getting shit in order. And there also might have been something that you had to get in order to get that peace and that restful, meaning you are sitting down and saying, hey, I need to, change the furniture outside on my porch because I want to rest here. I want to meditate here. I need peace here, so there can be some action plans being taken with that. And the slowdown is coming because Mars is slowing down, right? Getting ready to retrograde on October 30th. And that's slowing way down. Even though it's in Gemini, the fast talking mover, it's just slowing down. So our overall desire, passion, energy, all that stuff is slowing down with it. Now, more about that. If you are feeling productive, slow and steady wins the race today, and you probably already feel that. You're being meticulous, efficient. You don't feel like you need to rush today, and feeling pretty alert with that within your life. There is a drive to get things done, but again, on a slower rate, realizing, hey, I don't need to rush to get this done. I'm going just at my own pace. Feeling driven to work on a passion as well. Again, maybe like laying out those ground foundations, those thoughts, those mental thoughts, and laying in your bed and just writing out the plan. Or starting something new in your life and path, but not caring too much about being competitive with it, just allowing it to just be however it is. And those can go with all of our Venusian things. Now, on Tuesday, we got Venus trine Mars. Again, there's this little dance. So we can be taking action with relationships, or we can be feeling like we need to slow down the action there. We need to take a restful pause on relationships. And again, children, family, lovers, friendship, this is all there. There's also could be maybe there was a fast attraction with someone, a blurred boundaries, merging boundaries, and then all of a sudden it kind of comes to a little bit of a halt. There can be self-indulgence tomorrow, but again, healthy self-indulgence, overdoing it, doing it just the right amount, and enjoying a little bit of risque excitement again, but in a healthier way. And if you you might, if you feel like you're kind of lost in some unhealthy, toxic stuff, this transit might feel very like conquerous. Like, you know what? I'm going to end this. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. It is not good for me. So I need to move ahead in something. Accelerated love stories. Again, they might slow down or they might come up really, really fast. With this, again, accelerated love story, and this is kind of combining the Sun, Venus this week. There might be some things happening where we're merging our life path, our purpose again in some way with a lover, a family member, a best friend. All of a sudden, you need to move back in. Again, somehow merging, coming together, and switching your life path around, and that's going to be coming from or with lover, family, friend. You get what I mean there. Moving back in with a partner or talking about taking that next step, moving back in with a parent, going to work for a friend's company. Those are just some of the examples that I am giving you guys for that. Coming back to healing in a way, using our resources to heal, finding joy and love and healing. I know this week, I don't know, my kids are, we had a great time. We went out to Highland Orchards. I love going there in like Downingtown, Westchester area. First, I wanted to go to Hurricane Hill Farm, which I loved even more, and drove out there, and they just were shut down. The whole thing wasn't open at all. So we went over there, and I'm just like really enjoying, I slowed down in the moment yesterday because we were starting to feel this transit yesterday, and I was just watching my kids. I was with them. I was allowing them to be annoying if they, they weren't annoying, but when they were just being extra kids hitting each other and stuff. I just sat there and took it all in because I've been really reflecting on healing myself, and that allows me to enjoy my time with them more. And it goes so fast, I just want to embrace every moment. And I realized with my own kids, and this is where the healing part comes from, is that I have, my sons, they seem to be at their worst or not listening, or annoying me, all that stuff when I am at my worst. When I am not at my worst, when I'm not stressed, when I'm not overworked, when I'm not overdoing it, when I'm not tired, my kids seem to be angels. So what's the common denominator? Because their behaviors aren't that much different, right? They aren't between those days. It's me. I am that behavior. It starts with me. The energy change, the energy shift with my friends, family, lovers, kids starts with me. That's where it needs to begin. So you need to look at that. If you want to shift something, look at that. If someone's annoying you, look at where you are. If your kids are driving you crazy and you're short-tempered with them, where are you? Same goes with friends, family, lovers, work. And I think we're going to be finding a lot of harmony and balance when it comes to the masculine and feminine energies. Again, with friendships, power dynamics, a lot of stuff at work. I think this is going to be really balancing in a harmonious way, masculine, feminine energy. Now, the Sun and Venus then move into Pluto, right? We're harmonicizing, but we are sort of coming together then and healing some things. But then we're going to square Pluto, the underworld, right? The king of the underworld that shows us, very cathartic dark, that shows us our underworld shadows. So with this, I think we're going to have more ego conflicts with work or relationships. And ego conflicts are important because how else are we going to see our ego? How else are we going to learn to grow with it, use it, and transcend beyond it if we don't understand it? So, with that, we might be feeling pretty good, slow and productive. However, we might see on Wednesday, maybe even tomorrow, the rest of the week, oh, wait, that's really my ego that's getting bruised. That's not my soul that's getting bruised. That's my ego. Oftentimes, when we get upset, when we feel those low vibrational feelings, anger, jealousy, all of those things, that is ego. Oftentimes, rejection, that's ego. It's not our soul. So we're getting in touch with that. We're getting in touch of what does our ego feel like? What does our soul feel like? What are the differences and how can we merge those together? It might be a little bit discouraging sometimes to see the ego shadows in yourself, but we all have it. We all do it. You're not alone. And the peace that will come with it, the tranquility, the understanding makes it so much more worth it. And I don't know about you. It's easy for me to handle rejection and handle those things when I'm like, when I separate it. When I say, this is ego that's hurting me, Colleen. You know, I like to break down my emotions. This is ego. That's ego just protecting you. That's not your soul. Your soul is really not hurt. And that helps me when I separate that hurtness into the separate ego. Again, when talking about it in my head, it's all a collective. It's all floating around us and in us. But I could like to separate it to make sense in my head. And seeing your behaviors in a new light again and creating harmony with it. And saying, how can I do this better? How can I do this differently? You know, what was the purpose of this behavior pattern originally? Because it all comes from somewhere, childhood, as we know. Also letting go of control and just allowing things to flow, even when you don't want to. And there's a rebirth there, right? You let go of something. And then it's pretty funny when you really do that and have like radical acceptance, how the rebirth happens. So there's going to be letting go and then a rebirth, and also not being able to see ourselves. And, you know, the rebirth can be someone else has to tell us, someone else has to show us. And then going really deep with someone and connecting into someone else's underworld where you know you help them, but you may feel emotionally drained yourself. That can definitely be a theme with the Sun, Venus squaring Pluto. Now, then they're going through that ego teardown, that soul teardown. Then we're going Sun conjunct Venus in Libra. They're coming together before they then move into Scorpio. So there is, you know, finding harmony and balance in love. That's what this whole week has been about within yourselves, work, life path, and relationships. And we're getting some things set up before we dive into the Mars darkness, which we're about to go into for the next couple of months. So we're adding love and light to our daily life there. Seeking fun after a shadow period this weekend. Again, this week, if you're feeling that, now you're seeking some warm, harmonious, joyful fun. Being open with our pleasures, you know, with someone, whether it's our lover, our friends, or more importantly, ourselves, being open to the pleasures and realizing and reevaluating what is important in our life and in the realm of enjoyment. Again, what do we enjoy? You know, as all the Mercury in me, I think one of the most important things that we have to do here is have fun. I know I talk about a lot of seriousness, a lot of awareness, a lot of evolving, and all of that is very true. However, we have to have fun and enjoyment and live life to the fullest. So what does that look like to you? And what's important? What kind of important things can you do to enjoy your life? I also kind of like this transit for meeting someone at work or like something accelerating at work, and maybe even not just a romantic partner, but maybe a business partner or someone where you guys can really merge back in it together. And there's an awakening there. Now, I write out my notes and I'm like, wait, which note is this for? Sorry. So if I ever go pause for a second, I'm like, wait, where am I at? I'm lost in this Mercury mind. Sometimes we seek and we find the wrong things because we aren't looking. And so maybe this week with the Sun Venus dance might be seeing how we've been looking in all the wrong places to find all that stuff that we love. You know, if we've been seeking joy, have we been seeking it in the right place? You know, have we been seeking it? Have we been seeking balance, peace? But more so, this is what I know. Again, sometimes we seek something in other people because we can't find it in ourselves, you know? And that's how energy vampires, I've been there. We've all been an energy vampire at one time or another, but it's someone has something and we want it. And we want it. You know, it's something in their personality, their energy, their way of life, and we want that. So ask yourself this, you know, and if I want peace in my life, am I someone who also has peace? If I want balance in my life and in others, am I someone who has balance? If I want to love myself and if I want others to love me, do I love myself? Do you get what I'm going through? Because you attract what you are, what you put out there. It seems simple, but it's very simple. It sounds simple, but it can be complicated. because there's so many layers that are on top of just existing in the energetic and emotional realm. There's so many layers there. So ask yourself these questions. Am I, for what you're searching for? Again, are you searching for peace, love, compassion, understanding, happiness, abundance? Ask yourself, really, are you those things as well? Because that is really important. That's how you're going to attract those things. Now, at the end of the week, we have Mercury trine Saturn retrograde, and then the next day, Saturn stations direct. Yay! In Aquarius. And I'm pretty sure this is the last retrograde for now. I got to double check until it moves into Pisces. And then it retrogrades, but I don't know if it retrogrades the whole way back into Aquarius again. I'm not sure. I got to double check on that. But we're going to get a last minute reward, award, blessing in disguise with this transit, especially around work, especially when it comes to rewards, awards. I feel as though for all of our hard work and done, there's going to be like a last minute, like, hey, guess what? You did a great job. Here's your bonus. Here's your promotion. Or guess what? This person wants to work with you now. Someone saw your video online and they said, hey, I want you on my show. I think that there, again, some last minute rewards there, as well as finally feeling, especially if this Saturn retrograde has been a lot about like finding new mental like tools, or really fighting against something mentally that you were struggling with, or something internally. I think with this transit, you're going to finally see like the level up, the jump up. You'll see that you did something, you reacted differently than you normally would, meaning you sort of learned what you needed to learn. So kind of some last minute, new mindset patterns or techniques. And also by doing this, so you sort of shifted or healed your family karma in some way. Every time we really look, we're changing those, and we change something or we shift something, we're actually changing it, for our bloodline, for our family karma. I know even though my mother's older than me, when I have healed and changed things, they've also shifted in her, and same for the children. So there's something there that feels like you took on a new mindset, a new technique, and you're healing something and you're moving forward with that. This is also very positive news at the end of a long road. I'm excited about this. I think this weekend will be good. And if it isn't, it will again. Eventually, everything does get good again. I promise you. I'm going to read this part from this book, Saturn, I Love by Liz Green. Hold on. I have so many to read in that book, but I just want to read, and this is actually in the beginning from Alice Bailey, Esoteric Astrology, and she wrote in the beginning of the book, when the disciple knows Saturn as the god who offers opportunity and does not only feel him to be deity who brings disaster, then he is on the path of discipleship in truth and in deed, and not just theoretically. So you get what this is saying, right? If you look at Saturn without being scared, but understand that it is our teacher, it will bring you lots of Saturn rewards. And it's not just something that you will be able to see the proof in yourself and in others, a proof in the pudding. You get what I'm saying. So a lot this week with mental illumination, and it's going to be a big theme. Again, a mental illumination is a big theme with this Saturn retrograde, and you're going to see that. And then it moves direct. I'm really excited about that, though. I've shared before, Saturn retrograde isn't really as bad or scary as everyone thinks. Oftentimes with the malefic planets, when it does go retrograde, it has the opposite effect and themes to bring. I talked about this on many episodes about Saturn retrograde bringing rewards. And we're going to really see those rewards and what Saturn retrograde was about this weekend. Okay, that should be all. We're heating up now, guys. We got next week and the week after. It's definitely going to be hot. And I know I said I was probably going to release that episode with my interview with Luminous Darkness before this episode. However, keep your ears out. It's going to be released tonight or around the same time that this episode goes out. I love you all. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope there's lots of beautiful things illuminated for you and you find the gift of peace, balance, and happiness. I love you all and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.